Tap in, tap in, tap in. Welcome back to the live. It's hump day, you guys. It's hump day. Hold on. It's hump day, and you already know what time it is. Y'all excuse. Y'all already know. Hey, I ain't finna get on here looking cray. I'd rather put on a hat. And yeah, we're gonna keep on going. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome to Big Boss Rottweiler Kennels Live. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell, and turn it on all so you don't miss anything that we drop over here. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram at Big Boss Rockwaller Kennels. On TikTok at Big_Boss_Rockwallers. And you can follow my husband on Facebook at AD Brown on Facebook. And as well as our business page on Facebook, Big Boss Rockwaller Kennels. So if you would please give me a thumbs up to the video as you're coming, or to the live as you're coming in, you guys. This is a live feed right now. You can drop a comment if you want to ask any questions or comments or concerns. All that good stuff. Our contact information for my husband, 214-853-2991. For my number, 214-586-3269. You can get in contact with us if you're interested in getting a pup. If you want to know any pricings or anything like that, upcoming litters and things of that nature, give us a call and we can definitely get you all of that good stuff, you guys. But welcome. And yeah. What's going on? Black Crow, Mr. Anthony, what's going on? Um, hey, whenever he ready. I don't know. That's something that my husband has to answer. I don't know. I can't tell you that, but so yeah. Oh, she doing fine. Let me turn the camera around. She got her pacifier in her mouth. She just was screaming. Say hello. Say hello, BBK family. She's got the tub. So she chilling right now. She was way across the room a while ago, but I made her come over here so I can keep eye on her. You don't want to talk? You just want to sit there and look cray. Okay, that's fine. Do what you do. No, he's not retired yet. He's still in the cut doing what he do. And everything. But thank you for asking. But no, he's not retired just as of yet. He got a little bit left in him. Probably the rest of this year we do something with him, and um, you know, who knows? Yes, she does. Unfortunately, he's outside with the dogs right now. That's something you'll have to hit him up personally, um, if that's something you want to do, and yeah, go from there. Um, But anyway, you guys, again, feel free to ask any advice on anything if you're getting your kennel up and going, and you just kind of just need some advice and on what to do, or any questions, comments, or concerns. Drop them down in the comment section, okay? But without further ado, I do. Oh yeah, before we get into my topic for the night, don't forget about the giveaway. First place winner will be winner of 2K. Second place winner will be $500, and third place winner will be $300. So y'all keep doing what you're doing. Keep sharing. Keep tagging. Make sure when you share a video, you tag uh, us in your sharing, so we know that it's you. We still might kind of um come up with some kind of way to know who's doing what later on. We still haven't quite figured it out yet, because like I said, it's not gonna be no raffle or nothing like that. It's gonna be a live picking whenever we do choose the winner, or whatnot. But we trying to get us to 80K, you guys. Once we get to that 80K, then of course it'll be a live giveaway. Like I said, first place winner will be the grand prize winner of $2,000. Second place will be 500. Third place will be 300. Okay. 80K, y'all. BBK family. I know we could do it. We did it before. Y'all got us to 10K without hesitation. It might took us a little minute because we were new starting out, and we started the giveaway early on in our journey of this business. But now, y'all know who we are. Y'all know what we're doing over here. If you support what we're doing over here, then hey, get us to that 80K, y'all, and we got y'all. We gonna bless y'all game, okay? But without further ado, one thing that I'm gonna talk about. First off, the laptop is still in the shop, so I can't. I can read the comments of each video, but I will have to literally go through each video to see comments and all the other good stuff from my phone. But that's neither here nor there. But I promise you, as soon as we get it taken care of, I'm gonna get back to the normal routine of how we do things over here. But one question that I've gotten before, but one of the family members had hit me up and asked me, what do you need? What is a necessity that you need when you're about to have your first litter of puppies? To what do you do, what do you have, what do you need to have right there, once the puppies are being born and stuff like that, of that nature. So the first thing, the main thing that you want to do is either A, you can buy a whooping box, B, you can build your own whooping box, or C, if you don't want to do it, none of the above. But I guarantee you having that whooping box will help you out a whole lot. um why? Because it'll keep the mom in a specific spot. Like, she can't just go lay. Like, for instance, if you have a nice size bathroom in your house, or if you got an outside facility, like a shed or something that's clean and stuff like that, wherever you gonna do it, first thing you want to make sure that it's clean and sanitized. That's the first thing. Outside of the weapon box, but that's the weapon box is your supplies, what you need to have. But the first thing that you want to do is make sure wherever you're gonna have your female to have her puppies, make sure that it is clean and sanitized. What I mean by clean and sanitized is bleached up way ahead of time. Don't be trying to go bleach it up at the last minute when she having the puppies and all this other stuff, because first of all, that bleach, that those fumes will kill them basically, because it's too strong. You can't put bleach and stuff around those puppies when they're being born. Even once they're born, when you do clean up and sanitize the area where they're at, from the weapon box to the actual area where they are, you want to take those, put them in a if you got a crate, a box, uh something, put them, once you're doing your cleanup for that, where they are, put them in that, whatever you got them, whatever you're gonna put them in, take them completely out of the room. And normally what we do is, when we do our cleanup, we let mom go outside. We let her go outside, go use the restroom, get some fresh air, kind of stretch her legs, let her do her by herself. Don't let her interact with any other dogs. Regardless, just let her be by herself, because what'll happen if she's around the other dogs, they get, they smell them, because they smell the blood, they smell the puppies on the mom, and they get the licking and, the milk, and you just don't want to do that, because when she comes back in, that everything that's on her will be given back to the puppies, and it could be drastic. I'm telling you guys, follow what I'm telling you. It will help you in the long run. But like I said, normally what we do, we let the mom outside, in an area that she goes to each time she goes outside. And use the restroom, stretch her legs, get her some water. She want to give her some kibble or whatever. Excuse me, little snack. Let her eat, because those pups gonna be draining her from her milk, and everything she eat is going straight to them through her milk. So it's like, it's just like a pregnant woman. Everything we eat, It go right to them, so it's like you not keeping, what you eating to yourself no more. So in the midst of that, that's when you can use no fabuloso in the early stages. It's just mainly water, soap, and a cap full of bleach, y'all. I'm serious, y'all. A cap full of bleach and water is all you need. Um, mops, broom or towel, whatever. That's all you need to clean up. Let it completely dry, and then put the pups back in there. The next thing that outside of the welcoming box, what's going on? Life of LJ, Rocky 8. I see you. I see you. The next thing that you want to get, now we kind of graduated from the puppy pads because y'all puppy pads, and we were going to we didn't get the puppy pads from like Walmart or Tractor Supply, nothing like that, because to us those, they didn't hold as long as the ones that we were getting from uh PetSmart, Petco. It was Petco. I forget the exact name that we was using of the brand that we was using of pads, but the pads that we were getting from Petco worked the best. They stuck to the floor because it had little sticky stuff. You could stick them to the floor, and they lasted a little bit longer. And they were just big enough to completely cover the whole bottom of the weapon box that we were using. So that's what we were using for the longest. But then, like I say, that gets expensive because those boxes, depending on how many comes in the box, um, if you get two boxes of like 70, I think it was like $40 a box. So that's $80 for two boxes. But you got all these pads. But then it, like I say, it adds up, especially if you have multiple litters on the ground at one time, not just one, but multiples. Um, so what we found, we had went to Home Depot one day, and I forget. No, Debo is not retiring. Debo is not retired, y'all. He's still doing his thing. When he get ready to retire, trust me, we will let y'all know. He is not retired yet. Um, um, dang. We were in Home Depot one day. I'm sorry. We were in Home Depot one day getting some stuff for the house, and I forget what alley was on, but um, I think it was by where the like carpet and stuff for like flooring and stuff was in that section right there. But anyway, it's y'all ever seen like those artificial grass rolls that's at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever, and then there's another one. It looked like it kind of looked like outdoor carpet. It was like real rough, and it was like a robe. But anyway, we end up trying one of each of those when we first saw it. And the turf one, the grass one, it was good, but on the underside of that one, it had like that little black stuff. And each time that you would, because you can clean them, each time we would clean them and let them dry, some of that stuff will come off. So it started kind of getting everywhere. But the other one, the one that looks like carpet, it works a lot better, and when you, no problem, and when you get ready to clean it, it dries really quick, and it lasts a lot longer. So I would advise that. They look like little carpets. If you go to Home Depot, I don't know about Lowe's, I never seen them in Lowe's, but I know a Home Depot has them for sure, and they're like $25, something like that, a roll. And they work. So that's what we started using under the weapon boxes. You can, we did it, we cleaned it every day when we cleaned their area. So that's the first two things, well, first three things you want to do. Make sure the area is clean and sanitized way ahead of time. Make sure you have a weapon box, whether you build it or buy it. You can buy them on Amazon. They have different ones, but you, especially if you have Rottweilers, you want to make sure you get the biggest one possible. And then get you some of those rolls of that carpet looking stuff from Home Depot. That's the first two things. Now, if you don't want to do the carpet roll, by all means, do whatever you want to do. If you got old blankets or whatever you want to use, or by all means, do it. But that's what you need. The second thing that you want to do is ahead of time start, like I say, wherever you're gonna have her have them, let her be in there for a while, get comfortable. Even if you have to start letting her sleep in that particular area and you sleep in there with her, then do that. Because regardless how long you've had your female, whether you've had them from a pup all the way up until they start, breeding and everything, and she knows you and all this other good stuff, that's cool and dandy. But I'm telling you, you still want to make sure that she is comfortable, especially if it's her first time. You want to make sure she's comfortable where she's at and everything. So letting her be wherever you want her to have them, whether it's a room that you just have dedicated for her, or wherever it is, preferably somewhere without carpeting, preferably. Um, of course, because it's easy on cleanup, because like I say, it's gonna be blood and all other stuff. So make sure she's comfortable where she's at. Let her be in there a couple times. And so once she gets ready to actually have them and starts going into that nesting period, which is not too far before they actually get ready to have the pups. Where, and if you don't know what the nesting stage is, meaning where they look like they digging to get comfortable, and they turn up stuff and just digging to make it comfortable for when them puppies come out. That's the nesting stage. So that's where you want her to be. So if you get a weapon box, put it in that particular area, and let her get in there. Let her get used to it. So she know, once, like I said, once it's time for her to have the pups, she know this is a safe spot, and it'll go a lot smoother. Um, the next thing that we do, now you don't have to, but it does help. We've we've seen, um is if you're not worming your dogs periodically, you need to do that anyway, regardless of them having puppies or not. But um when they're pregnant, you can still worm them. You can still worm them. We worm our females, even when they're pregnant, and not too long before they get ready to have the pups. And what that does is just keep them cleaned out and everything, and make sure that the pups are healthy and everything. And like I said, it's not gonna hurt them. It's not gonna hurt the pups or anything like that. And then also, once she has the puppies, you can give her another dose of worming, and everything. And if you have any like antibiotics or anything that you want to give, or vitamins, or prenatal um, supplements, or whatever that you want to do, we don't do it. The prenatal part, we don't do it personally, but some people do. If that's what you want to do, then go ahead. And give your female that, either during her pregnancy, and then it's another one that you can give after she's had them, to just kind of help with nursing and getting her milk to flow and stuff like that, and just different little things. You can do that as well. um so once she's had the pups, um you want to worm her again. And then once the like you can wait till the puppies at least turn a week old. So a week after she's had the pups, you can worm her again. Um Once the puppies turn 2 weeks old, you can start worming them. So puppies get wormed from 2, 4, 6, 8. And most of the time, by the time they get 8 weeks old, they're getting ready to transition to their forever home, to their new owners and stuff like that. So they get wormed at least 4 times. Since being born and everything, and that's very important as well. And remember, not only they get wormed basically every 2 weeks. At the 6 week point, that's when you need to take them to the vet. Not only well, you can take them to the vet once they're born anyway to get their little wellness check or whatnot and everything like that. That's not a problem. But if you want to take them at 6 weeks for the vet to give them their first dose of shots, by all means do it. But if you're comfortable with giving them their shots, their first set of shots at home, because you can buy all this stuff at the store and same thing that the vet is gonna give them, you can give them to them yourself if you know how to do it, and if you're comfortable, do it. But if not, by all means, take them to the vet. But you definitely want to take them to get a wellness check, and you definitely want to take them, if you don't know, to get their shots at 6 weeks of age. And get another wellness check at that time, or you can wait to get the second wellness check before they get ready to actually transition to go home at that 8 9 week point. Um, so um, the next thing you want to make sure that you have, I mean, you don't have to, you just have to keep washing your hands, but get you some gloves, some disposable gloves, because like I say, it's gonna be blood, and then each puppy is in a individual sack and all this other stuff like that. Make sure you got trash bag, trash can, somewhere to throw all this. So kind of cleaning as she's having them, not wiping stuff down, but like they sometimes they throw up as they're having them. Um, why I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know. This is just what they do. So that's why I say you want to have something down while she's having these pups. Make sure you got old towels or something to kind of wipe off the puppies when they're coming out. Of course, she's gonna do her thing, but just to kind of help her out a little bit, wipe them down so they can start drying faster. You want even I'm telling y'all, even if it's not cold outside, get you a little portable heater. Get you a little portable heater because the puppy's body's temperature have to adjust to their surroundings. So if you're the type of people that like it super cold in your house, you might want to either cut it off while the puppies are being born, or cut it up a little bit to where it's not as cold, because I'm telling you guys, that's one thing that will kill your puppies as well. If it's too cold and they cannot regulate their body temperatures, they will die from being cold. So you want to make sure that they are very warm when they're coming out. And what we do typically when they're first being born, because most of the time the mom don't, they will let them drink from them, but most of the time when the puppies are first coming out, they not ready to drink no milk, no way. And the mom is in so much pain from the contractions, and she's trying to get them out. So she's not really trying to sit there to let them eat. So what we normally do is, like I said, get you a container, one of those containers or a box or a crate or something. Make sure you have like a towel or something in the bottom of it to keep, like I said, to keep them dry and warm, and let them just kind of chill in there. Wake up, you know, all this good stuff. Of course, their eyes gonna be closed when they come out, so they ain't gonna see nothing. But just keep them in there until she's done having them, or she's had so many, and then you have a time frame or whatever the case may be. Let the ones that's already born start eating, and trust me, when she's had getting ready to have another one, most of the time you know for a fact, she might move a certain way, but you could definitely see them when she's pushing them out. But you don't want to leave her side. I don't care, not for long. If you gotta go to the restroom or something like that, get some water, stretch your legs, whatever, cool. But you don't want to be gone super super duper long away from her while she's having these pups, because anything can happen. A pup could come out still in the bag, and if it's still in the bag and she does not break it, that means the pup can suffocate from being in this sack. Trust me, it has happened. So that's why it's very important to pay attention when your dog is having these puppies, because I mean, a split second. You can be looking at your phone or look off 1 minute and she ain't doing nothing. Ain't no puppy born. And then you turn around again and then you got a pup right there and be like, oh my God, where'd it come from? I didn't hear nothing. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, it happens. Um, all right, thank you. Appreciate that for joining in. Appreciate it. Appreciate that, Anthony. Yeah, they getting big, getting big. What do you want? What do you want? Why you pulling on my pants like that? What's wrong with you? You got nothing to say now? Don't be interrupting me while I talking. I'm talking to the BBK family. What you got to say? What do you got to say, ma'am? Hey, you saw the family your teethuses? Huh? You're not gonna show your two teethuses? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, now you camera shot. Every time I pull the camera down, you don't want to say nothing. You don't want to say nothing. Now you see yourself? Huh? You do? You see, you can't read the words. You don't know how to read yet. We got a while to work on that. But trust me, you'll figure it out. You don't want to talk? Okay, I ain't got time for you. But anyway, what's going on, DeMarcel? Uh, oh yeah, she getting up there. She getting up there. Thank you. But yeah, you guys, you definitely want to pay attention when they're having them, okay? Um what else? Furthermore, supply, I mean, that's pretty much it on the necessities that you need. Everything else, um, I mean, it comes. It comes the more you do it, the more you kind of be like, okay, well dang, I did this last time, that didn't really work, or this happened, so I'm gonna try this route the next go round, and hopefully we get a better outcome. So it's I mean, you just gotta, for me, I would say, for me, when we had our first set of pups, of course, me going in, I didn't know nothing about nothing. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know nothing about nothing. I had never seen it. I had never been around it. I had never done it. Now our bully that we had, Chanel, when we first got Debo and Ciroc, she had a litter of puppies, but when she had them, I wasn't even, in tune. I wasn't even in the room. Cause first of all, I'm gonna tell you, the smell, the blood, I didn't want to smell it. So Babe was doing his thing. I didn't even help. I didn't do nothing. I ain't gonna lie to you. This was before I got in tune with everything. This is before we even decided to start our own kennel. So no, I didn't participate in that. I would go in there, pop my head in there now and then to say she done had some more, and he'll hold some up. Oh, that look tight. That the colors and all that. But furthermore, it's really interacting like I do now. Um, yeah, I didn't do it. But when we had our first litter of Rotties, I was, of course, by then I was very in tune, and everything. So it was an experience, and I was nervous. I didn't want to touch them because in my mind, I had always heard, the the mom won't let you touch them or whatever when they first born. So I was, nervous about that. So I didn't do anything. But um the more, like I said, the more we kept having puppies, and him telling me, what I needed to do and how to do it, and just going through trial and error of having litters, you just pick up on certain things. You do things different, and everything like that. So of course, being nervous, it's normal. It's normal, but you just gotta make sure you count your days. What? Make sure you count your dog's days. And what I mean by count her days, when they breed, whether it's natural, whether it's artificial insemination, It don't matter. Write it down. If you got a calendar, old school calendar, write it on the calendar. Your phone, everybody got a calendar on their phone. Put it in there. Or go to your notes section and just write it down like that. Um, the date that they've bred. Now, if they breed, say for instance, they breed March 15th. Say they breed March 15th, but they stuck twice in that one day. You ain't got to put down twice in that one day because it really don't matter. As long as you got that date, that's what matters. So if they breed, okay, they started March 15th. They got stuck twice. Um, and it went on for a 3 or 4 day time period. Write down each day. So they got stuck on the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. All them days, write those. What's the matter? Oh, Baba. Baba. You want me to talk to you? I can't talk to you right now, Stinky. I'm talking to the family. I talk to the family. Stop running over my toes in your car. I talk to. Where your bird? Because you're going to make me lose my train of thought. Where your bird? Oh, there you go. There you go. There you bird. There you bird. Your leg don't eat. You fake it. Make sure, like I'm saying, make sure you keep up with those dates because it's very, very, very important. The first 30 days. So normally how we do it, it's either the first day or the very last day that they've bred. So you got the 15th, and then you got what 16, 17, 18, 19. The 19th. So the 15th and the 19th. You can one of them days, one of them 5 days is when it happened. You don't know when. I can't tell you how it worked because I don't know. That's just like us humans. You do it. You whatever. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You don't know when conception took place, but you know within those 5 days, one of them days was conception day. So as long as you got a estimate day, then that helps because they stay pregnant typically 65 days. Now they might come. She might have them on the 62nd day. It happens. They might have them a couple days early, or they might go there for 65 days. Might go in labor on day 65, but don't start actually having them to day 66. It just really depends on the dog. Um, Now if you give your dog those um shots to have them go ahead and have them, then that's something totally different. But you gotta, and I'll get into that too in just a second about when you know when she's in labor or water break and all that other stuff because that's totally different. But I'll get into that in just a second. But mainly when you count up from, okay, you got March 15th and you got March 19th. You go to April 15th, of course, that's 30 days. April 19th, that's 30 days from March 19th to April 19th, that's 30 days. March 15th to April 15th, that's 30 days. So either one, you could do both. I normally do both. Like I say, first and the second, the first and the last day that they bred. I normally count both. So once you get to your 30-day mark, this is what I tell people. You can either take them to the vet to get you an ultrasound, an X-ray or ultrasound, either one. Um, just to confirm, you're not going to see how many in there, because that's not the point. Because regardless of how many in there, God forbid, and again, it happens. Just because you got 10 don't mean she gonna have all 10, but that don't mean all 10 to live. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being honest. I'm being blunt with y'all. I'm always honest with y'all. It happens. I can't tell you why, but certain things happen. It just happens. It's part of nature. It happens. But We're not gonna think negative about it. We want, if she got 10 in there, we want all 10 to live all the way until it's time for them to go to their forever home. That's always the goal. Guaranteed, that's always the goal. But what you want to do is at that 30-day mark, like I said, you could take them to the vet to get either an ultrasound or an X-ray to see if they took. If they see puppies in there, then you in the clear. It's kind of like when a woman first get pregnant, the first trimester up until the 13-week mark is the crucial part, because from time of conception to about week 12, 13, that's when most miscarriages happen. Okay, that's why we say you gotta wait that 30-day mark to know exactly when. Now, once you get past that 30 days, then it's pretty, you waiting on the clock like, okay, I know I got about 35 more days before these little rascals are here. And what you want to do is from that 30-day mark, you want to count up to day 65. So whatever day 65 lies on, write that date down. And at least, I would say, start getting ready for your puppies about 2 weeks before that date. Meaning, start taking her into wherever you want her to have these pups, and make sure that you have all of your supplies by 2 weeks before. So if you're working, make sure you keep that date in mind, because you don't want to be gone. And again, they can come before day 65. It has happened. A couple of my females, every time they get pregnant, they never go 65 days. They have them on day 62, day 63. And we just know, because every time they have them, that's what happens. Um um so make sure um you watching the dates and everything. And it helps if you have somebody that will be there to help if you're not there at work. So in case you at work, somebody know what to do. They can go in there and make sure that everything is good, because it is sad, but it happens, because everybody don't just, their time is not all spent on their kennels, meaning that that's not their only job. Some people have jobs and they have to do that. I mean, I get it. But you just want to make sure that you're there when they're having them. Don't, like I said, and again, don't, when she start having, don't walk out the room and leave her in there to do what she do, because I'm telling you, especially them first time mamas. Of course, every female is not the same. Every female is not the same. You're gonna have one that's a better mom than the other one. She do good having them, but when it comes to actually doing the tasks that they're supposed to do, when the pups come out, some of them don't do it right away. You have to kind of let them build up to do it, and some of them, as soon as they come out, they own it. So that's why it's very important to be there and when they coming out. So that's the next thing. Make sure you got your days. Count your days, write them down. Now, when it comes to when they first start bleeding, of course, if you want to keep tabs on when they first start bleeding, of course you could write that down too, because for the most part, even once they've had the pups, 6 months after they've had them, sometimes some between 4 to 6 months after they've had them pups, they'll start bleeding. Sometimes it's early. That's why I say between 4 to 6 months. But mainly at that 6 month mark, going in the 7 month mark, um, they'll they'll uh they'll have another cycle. So you want to be careful, especially if you have a male around her and all that. Hey, if you don't want no more puppies back to back, you better keep her away, because they can get right back pregnant. Um. Oh, why you throw it down? There you go. Um. Sorry, y'all. This is my alarm. Um. I'll do that in a minute. Um. What's going on? What's going on? Now you can keep up, like I say, you can keep up with that, because it'll give you an idea of when they'll come back in heat and all of the stuff. But when they first start bleeding, it's not really. It's important, because you want to keep up when it's time for her to start breeding, the breeding process. So mainly that first week is just bleeding. You ain't gonna get nothing yet. Let them bleed. The first week, let them bleed. It's not time yet. But going into the second week, the end of almost the middle to end of that second week, start introducing that male back to her. Once she flags, and what flag means is if she stands there when he comes up to smell her and do what they do, she'll either, if she has a tail or doesn't have a tail, it'll still be the same thing. If she has a nub, meaning her tail is docked, she'll raise it and it'll go to the side. If she has a tail, she'll raise it up and it'll go to the side. Same thing. And her vagina will lift up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you just have to see it. I can't really explain it no blunter than that, but it comes up. When she's ready to be bred and she's allowing the male to do what he does naturally, she moves her tail, her vagina comes up. And that's what we call flagging. Um, and then you just go from there. And if they get stuck on the first try, then hey, then that's even better. But like I say, some people they get too anxious, they get nervous, like dang, it ain't gonna happen, and they go the artificial route. By all means, if you want to go on and do that extra work, then go ahead. But thank God we haven't had that problem to where we've had to do that. Any breeding or any litters that we've had, it's all been done naturally. So that's what you want to look for. Excuse me. Before you get ready to breed, and then after that, she'll let you know when she done. If she start acting crazy towards your male and sitting down and don't want to give him no more, and he's still trying to do it, then 9 times out of 10 it doesn't happen, or she's coming out of heat. So but if they got stuck 9 times out of 10, you got you something. But like I say, for the first until that first 30-day mark, you really won't know any difference. Now you know your dog, you know how she looked before she got bred. You will start to see some changes. Some females, when they first get bred, if she's all hyperactive and all that, she might still do the same thing, but it's gonna be a time frame where she sleep. She don't want to be bothered. She eat, she go outside, she come back, she lay down. That's one sign. Some dogs appetite kind of changes where if she was eating a lot before she got bred, she might slow down. She might not eat as much. And it's kind of like morning sickness type stuff. They do go through it too. It's the same thing that we go through. Appetite changes, stuff like that. And then it'll pick back up. It just really depends on the dog. And sometimes they don't change at all. Everything stays the same. Y'all, he better get on my nerves. Um, so the next thing about the when you know she's going into labor, the one thing that she will do, she'll pant. She'll pant real hard, like she done ran a whole marathon, just sitting there. And she'll when she's doing that, then that's when you really start paying attention. But before that, is if like for instance, if she's in the house and she done been outside to use the restroom and all this other good stuff, and you know she done used the restroom. 5 minutes after you done came in from taking her to use the restroom, and she back at the door acting like she got to go pee a river, that's one sign. When they get ready to go into labor, they act like they gotta pee every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes. And what that is their water has broken. And it's kind of the same like us humans, but you gotta really pay attention. So when your female is pregnant and it's getting time for her to get ready to have them dogs, don't just let her go outside by herself. Go out each time with her, because like I say, it can happen at any time, and if you're not paying attention to the signs, then it could be drastic. It's like when her water breaks it looked like they done peed a little bit. And it looks like mucus. I'm being real. This is what it looks like. Look like spit, just kind of hanging. That's the best way to put it. I can't. I mean, like I said, the more you go through it, the more you experience, you guys, you will pick up on what she's doing, what's going on. But the first go round, it just looked like snot. Just after she done peed, it just kind of it's like just coming down. That's what it looked like. Clear snot. That's what it looked like. Can't really explain it. And after that, she'll be licking herself. She'll steady keep licking herself, licking herself, licking herself. And then if you paying attention to your dog, for the most part, when she's having those contractions, you'll see her kind of go, and I'm pushing. I'm pushing. That's what I'm doing. In case y'all don't know, you could tell. So, and her tail will go up, and her vagina will raise back up, just like when she got ready to breathe. So those are certain signs that you can look for. Um, but like I say, you gotta pay attention. You gotta stay on top of it, y'all, because it can be a surprise, and you be about to you could be about to go out to eat or something, and you go in there and check on her, and then boom, she's sitting up there pushing, and your whole plans change just like that because she finna have these puppies. So you gotta stay on top of the dates, and everything like that. But for the most part, I think I covered everything. If I haven't, make sure you guys ask me. I'll stop talking for a second. If anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to drop them right now in the comment section before we get on out of here, and I'll answer them for you. But I hope that I answered your question, family. Um, on what you need to have for when you get ready to have your puppies, and basically the same thing. For each go round, like I say, you just pick up on different things. Each time you have a litter, you get more a little bit more experience. So don't be discouraged, don't be nervous. Just make sure you stay focused, and make sure you get plenty of rest. Because I'm telling you, the first 2 weeks is very crucial. If you got, like I said, whatever wherever you gonna have them, have her to have the puppies, I hope it's big enough. Even if it's not, then hey, you gotta do what you got do what you do. But the best thing is what we used to do and still do is get a little blow up mattress, put it right there, and sleep right next to him. Sleep right next to him. And then I've seen some people, they get the baby monitors, they put them in there in case they do go lay down in their bed to get a couple, an hour or two or whatever, and you can wake up and see. But you can't go wrong with being right there, laying next to him. Because for the most part, like I say, once the mom has had them all, um, they kind of do what they do. Especially once you get all the puppies to drinking, they drink. You just got to make sure that nobody is behind her. She's not laying on nobody. Always make sure you count each time. Each time, make sure you count your puppies. If you got 10 puppies, she had 10 puppies. Each time you move them, each time she gets up to switch sides to lay, on the other side, make sure you count each time. That's very important because Rotties are big dogs and accidents happen. They can accidentally lay on one. They ain't trying to, but that's what happens. Um, I mean, you gotta. I can't really tell you when to start doing it because, like I say, you got to know her. You got to okay. You say she started bleeding April 14th, so today is the 16th. That means it's only been what 2 days, 3 days. She ain't ready. She ain't ready. Normally, let me see. What day was the 14th? What day was the 14th? Today 16, 15, Sunday. She started reading Sunday. Okay, so you can start allowing her. I would say start probably. I would say probably by Wednesday next week, no later than Sunday. No later than Sunday of next week. But you can start trying to introduce her, introducing that male back to her around Tuesday, Wednesday. If nothing don't happen Tuesday, Wednesday, then try again. I mean, each day you can try, but don't. I would start probably about Tuesday, Wednesday, and see what happens, and just go from there. Appreciate that PYT Tootie. Thank you. You know what? As funny as it sounds, you're absolutely right. As funny as it sounds, yes, it is. For the most part, it's the same thing. It's just like us humans. They it's the same thing. Just think about the each dog is in its own uh placenta, basically. So you got all the you got 10 puppies coming out. You got 10 different sacks. Now, okay, one more thing. You welcome, Rondell. One other thing though, that I will say, when she's having them, is going off what I just said, the sacks. Now, so you might have some puppies that come out that's in the sack. Some puppies come out without the sack on. Now, the umbilical cord. What you want to do? You want to get you some scissors. Get you some sterilized, sanitized scissors, and only use those scissors for that, for the your labor delivery. Okay. And what we normally do, we don't let the mama bite the bag off. We'll cut it off from the umbilical cord. You don't so the umbilical cord is about that long. Attached, so this is the puppy's stomach attached to his belly. This is the belly button of the puppy. Good lord, running into stuff. This is the belly button of the puppy. This is the end of the sack that it was in. If the sack is still attached, but if the sack isn't attached, it broke off, but there's still a little piece of the umbilical cord hanging. Now, what you want to do, you don't want to leave it too long. You don't want to leave it too long because things can happen like that too. The mama could try to come up and chew it off. And what'll happen sometime if you holding the puppy and she biting, trying to tear it off, she can bite too hard, not knowing, and it'll pull that umbilical cord to pull them intestines out of that puppy's belly button, and then you got a whole catastrophe right there. Okay, so what we normally do is we cut it. So about, again, this is the end of the cord. This is the stomach of the puppy where the umbilical cord is attached. You want to cut probably about cut about that much. Cut that much. And it's just like a human, baby. It's gonna dry up. It's gonna start drying up as soon as you cut it. By the next day, 24 hours after she had them, it's gonna fall off. That little piece is gonna shrivel up and it's gonna fall off, just like a human. What? Okay, okay. Mommy, almost done. I'm finna get you. I'm finna get you. Um, and it'll dry up and it'll fall off, and then you good for the most part. I forgot to mention it. So make sure that you have some scissors to cut that. Go on and cut it out. And if the puppy comes out in the sack, bust it immediately. Bust it. You gotta move quick. Bust it off their face so they can start breathing. Okay. Then after that, get your scissors and cut it off. Because if the puppy is still inside the sack when it comes out, um, once you bust it, all the liquid and all the gunk and stuff gonna come out. But you have to cut that sack off of the cord because all that is still gonna be intact. So make sure you do that, and everything. And after that, just like I say, get your towels, kind of wipe them off a little bit, start kind of drying them off, get that blood and stuff off of them. Let the mama smell them, lick them. If she don't want to be bothered at that time, don't worry. You know, you can get through it. It's not gonna be a problem. Because like I say, most times when they first start having them, they don't want to be bothered. They don't, they don't do too much when they first start having them. Because everything is so exciting, especially if they new. It's like, what is going on? I don't know what this is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they do. But don't get discouraged about that, because 9 times out of 10, for the most part, once she done had however many, she gonna be tired. She gonna lick them, and she gonna start to notice, like, she gonna hear them crying or whimpering or whatever, and she gonna know what to do. It'll kick in naturally, but you just gotta be patient. You gotta stay focused, and just make sure you paying attention, to each puppy that comes out. And yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because baby girl is finna start acting a plum. Y'all know, she getting sleepy. It's about that time for her to start laying down. She probably wants her last bottle of the night, cause she ate kind of early. Well, no, she ate late today. Uh, she ate late today, but she still probably want a bottle anyway. But anyway, y'all, I appreciate everybody for joining in. Of course, we'll be back on here next week, probably around the same time, um, and everything. So I'll go over any questions that you might have. So if you missed it or came in late and want me to go over anything or any topics or comments or concerns that y'all want to know, and get advice on, write them down for me, and then ask me on next week live, and I'll give y'all advice and give you the tips and stuff that we do and stuff like that. But I appreciate everybody for joining in again. I hope that answered all your questions. And I hope you took notes. I hope you took notes and everything. But now, I thank everybody. What's going on, Mr. James? I see you. I see you. Thank you for joining in, everybody. If you're new to the channel, again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn your post notification bell on the all, so you don't miss anything that we drop over here at Big Boss Rottweiler Kennels. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Make sure you share, share, share. Keep telling a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come join the BBK family. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on all of our social media platforms, on Instagram at Big Boss Rottweiler Kennels, on TikTok at Big_Boss_Rockwallers. You can follow my husband on Facebook at 80 Brown on Facebook, and our business page at Big Boss Rottweiler Kennels as well. And remember, Big is big with 2 G's on everything. Don't forget about the giveaway. Get us to 80K BBK family. Keep sharing. Keep tagging us in your share. When you share our video, picture, anything, make sure you tag us in it. Okay, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, make sure you tag us in it. Okay. First place winner of the grand prize will get the 2K. Second place winner will get 500. Third place is 300. So y'all, let's get to 80K. We know we can do it, BBK family. We love y'all.
Second place is 1,000.
Second place is that. Oh, I stand corrected. So third place is 5. Okay. Disregard what I said. First place is still 2K, the grand prize. Second place is 1,000. I stand corrected, 1,000. Third place is 500. Okay, so y'all keep telling a friend to tell a friend. We going up, 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 and we love y'all over here at Big Boss Rottweiler Kennels. Let me go get this little girl for she drive me crazy. She running over everybody, feeding her car. So y'all stay prayed up, stay out the way. See y'all next week. Peace out.